The Judge Judy TV show changed everything about courtroom TV programs. Then, after 25 years of being #1 in courtroom programs, Judge Judy herself disappeared. But Judge Judy didn't stop working. She started over and created something totally new. Where she is now and what she has created will amaze your mind. In February 1993, Judy Sheen, who would later become the famous judge of Judge Judy, saw something. She had no idea that what she saw would change her life in a way she never could have guessed. In 1965, Judy passed the New York State Bar test. Right away, she went into the business world and worked as a business lawyer for a makeup company. But there was a problem. After 2 years, she knew the job didn't give her the happiness she wanted. So she quit and decided to spend all her time with her children, Jamie and Adam. Then, in 1972, she decided it was time for her to work again, but she wanted something that would make her happy and not upset her. She heard about a job as a lawyer who puts bad guys in jail in the New York family court system from a friend and decided to try for it. Judy was thought to be great and was hired. Judy soon became famous, and her tough way of doing things made New York Mayor Ed Koh give her a job as a criminal court judge in 1982. By 1986, she got moved up to head judge in the family court's Manhattan part. Her way of giving justice was called tough and sometimes mean, but Judy would always say that wasn't true. However, it was that style that made her famous, and that fame made Heidi Gitlin tell her husband, Josh, to write about her. Josh, who worked with the Los Angeles Times, wrote a story on Judy and said she was a woman who really wanted to make the court system work for everyone. That story did Judy a lot of good because it helped her get noticed by Kay Switzer and Sandy Spreeman, who worked for Rebel Entertainment, a talent company. They introduced Judy to CBS, and CBS showed her in a part on CBS's 60 Minutes. The people watching loved her on the show, and Judy quickly became famous across the whole country. Seeing how popular she had become, Judy decided to make money from it. So, she wrote a book, Don't Pee on My Leg and Tell Me It's Raining, in 1996. After that, Judy stopped being a family court judge with a record of having listened to more than 20,000 cases. What people didn't know was there was a reason Judy quit. Her time on CBS's 60 Minutes made the people watching want more. Rebel Entertainment and their workers had come up with a show idea like The People's Court and told it to CBS. They loved the idea, and so Judy was asked to be the judge of the court show that would be named after her. She said yes, but she wasn't loving the show. She didn't work well with her bailiff. She wanted someone else. But who? Judy remembered someone, and she picked up her phone. In 1995, Hawkins Bird read a news story about Judy's book, and he loved it. So, he wrote a letter to her and told her that if she needed a bailiff, he was ready to put his uniform back on for her. When his phone rang, he knew what his answer was going to be before she even finished talking. Just like that, Judge Judy was born, and it changed court programs on TV. Judy's working relationship with Bird was amazing. He was the serious bailiff who wasn't showing his feelings about the case. He kept things in order when people in the cases wanted to become fighters, and was a calm person that the people watching fell in love with. Fans were always excited to hear him say order all rise as each case was about to start. With that kind of teamwork, Judge Judy wasn't just the most popular court show. It was one of the most popular programs ever. It's a shame how things ended up between Bird and Judy, but we'll get to that later. Judge Judy usually got 9 to 10 million people watching daily. It even beat the ratings of the Oprah Winfrey Show different times too. At some point, the show was the highest rated show in all of daytime TV programs. How did it become the most popular show? We will get to that soon. The show's popularity kept going up, and it got to a point that Americans trusted Judge Judy more than they did all the judges of the United States Supreme Court. However, the people watching didn't just see Judy as a regular judge. They saw her as one of the greatest pop culture famous people to have ever lived. Shows that wanted to get people's attention always talked about Judge Judy. Although, even with this public love the show got, the show still wasn't winning any Daytime Emmy Award. But even with this, Judy herself was winning awards and getting honors from many places. Judy got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in February 2006 and got added to Broadcasting and Cable's Hall of Fame in October 2012. The awards kept coming in, and in April 2013, she won an award from the Vice Presidency of the UCD Law Society. But Judy wasn't happy. She wanted her show to win something. She got worried but had to tell herself that the shows that won the award got canceled or ended. But even without winning, Judge Judy still had a large number of people watching and didn't have an end in sight. However, that same 2013, something big happened. After 15 times being picked, Judge Judy finally won its first Emmy, and this opened the door of awards for the show. It won the Emmys again in 2016 and 2017. Judy herself kept winning awards, and in 2014, she won Mary Pickford Award from the Hollywood Chamber Community Foundation at the 2014 Heroes of Hollywood. Although if you ask Judy, her biggest honor might be, according to these people who didn't like her, anytime Judy has to deal with people who are struggling on public help or earn low money, Judy gets mean and dismissive. However, what many didn't know was Judge Judy had a problem. As the seasons went on, Judge got meaner and lost that patience she had for people in cases that disappeared. The show made money for those involved, and because of this, Judy didn't take breaks as much as she should have. There was even no way that she could have taken any break. The show paid people in cases to come, and depending on different things, like how much the people spend on the screen, they could get as much as $500, which was the most money, or as low as $100. Some people in cases even got around $250. This money comes after the show gave them Hollywood hotel rooms with all or almost all their bills paid for during filming. Even when Judge Judy gives out money the defendants don't have to pay, the show does that for them. So many people in cases supposedly come on the show and make up fake fights so they can get paid. It's why people who don't like Judge Judy have said the show brings drama instead of real stuff. As people in cases kept coming in, Judy was unable to rest. And in 2010, she thought about stopping. But she had a deal that was going to end in 2014. She talked about quitting after her contract ended. But long before that time came, something terrible happened. On March 30th, 2011, Judy got on the set, and everything seemed normal except that she was really tired. Judy just went about her day like it was normal, but it wasn't. As they kept filming, the bailiff called a case and Judy was listening to the people, but just as the court stuff was going on, everything went black. Judy had fainted. Right away, she was rushed to the hospital. The doctors ran tests on her and learned that she had a mini stroke. Still, Judy didn't quit. Instead, she made her contract longer and got a salary increase that same year and was said to be the highest paid TV star. Things were so great for her that in 2014, she even got a spin-off which she called Hot Bench. She had no idea that this spin-off would put her in a hot mess. Judy kept delivering her way of justice, and in 2017, she signed another contract that lasted till 2021. That contract addition brought her money before taxes to $147 million. And it brought in other problems, which we'll tell you soon. With that salary boost, Judy forgot all about stopping and said the only way she was going to stop was when the people watching stopped. being interested in her show. She still felt energetic and loved her work, but she had an idea. However, she didn't tell anyone yet and started to work on how to make her idea happen. While working on that idea, Judy kept being Judge Judy, and in March 2020, she told people what many fans were scared to hear. While she was on the Ellen DeGeneres show, she said that the series would end on its 25th season anniversary. However, her last days on the show didn't have the kind of goodbye feeling she would have wanted. In 2016, Rebel Entertainment Partners Incorporated and its president, Richard Lawrence, filed a lawsuit for lots of money against CBS television distribution. He and his company said CBS was trying to cheat them of the money they made from the show, especially when it was their former workers, K. Switzerman, that introduced Judy to CBS. Rebel said CBS paying Judy too much money was the reason CBS couldn't afford to pay them. They even said the show wasn't making as much money as CBS was trying to make it seem. Judy was caught in this whirlwind of legal court stuff, and the woman who gave other people justice was said to be taking it unfairly from those who helped her. Judy and CBS were said to not be telling Rebel of other spin-offs because they didn't want to share the money with Rebel. After years, both as a tough lawyer and a tougher justice giver, Judy wasn't ready to be walked over. She defended herself from the thing she was accused of. She said Richard was being too greedy and not happy with getting over $17 million from her show. She even said he was a selfish person who, after they met before the show started, never called her or came to her for anything. She defended the amount CBS paid her and said it was because of the value she brought to them. Was she truly bringing that much value to? So, a lawyer named John Heyman used Judge Judy's image in a couple of ads. A producer of the show noticed and right away contacted the lawyer that using Judy's image wasn't allowed, but the lawyer didn't listen and kept releasing more ads. Judy didn't like this, so she sued. She said Heyman and his law firm were using her image in television ads without her permission and making the false idea that Judge Judy had personally said good things about Heyman's legal practice. Heyman, however, wasn't backing down. He also sued back and said Judy had said bad lies about him and his firm. According to him, local TV stations had asked him to be in promos to help promote Judge Judy's show, and he simply went along. But no one was believing that. And seeing that he was going to lose, Heyman came to Judy for a deal. He gave money to her charity, and Judy took away the lawsuit. Seems like Heyman forgot how tough Judy could be. It's her toughness that brought her to where she is now. After Judge Judy stopped airing, Judy wasn't about to go into stopping work. What would she do with all that time? She had grandchildren who were older now, and instead of stopping to spend time with them, she created something with them. Before Judge Judy ended, Judy had a plan. She wanted to create a new courtroom show, a spin-off from Judge Judy that would cross generations and be easy to relate to for the newer generations. She created Judy Justice. To do that, she needed the help of someone younger and decided to work with her granddaughter. However, in trying to appeal to a newer group of people watching, she decided not to do the new show with bailiff Bird. She told Bird that she couldn't afford to pay his salary. This surprised Bird, who thought that, being a longtime person there, Judy should have asked him first before making the decision for him. Bird was hurt, but said okay that it was time to move on. Except that fans said no. It wouldn't be the first time Judy would do something like this to Bird. She never once treated him like a friend and kept him away when the show wasn't airing. Bird didn't mind this, but during the first Emmy Award the show won, he felt sad. He and Judy didn't even sit in the same row. He sat 20 rows behind her, and when it was time to get the award, Judy gave permission to another person to get the award for her. Fans noticed this and they weren't ready to allow her to get away with that kind of behavior again. When the new show Judy Justice started and fans noticed it wasn't their favorite man acting as bailiff, they said bad things about Judy for what she did. Then the real reason came out. Judy didn't let Bird join her on the new show because she wanted someone who could appeal to the newer generation. In doing that, she almost pushed away her main fans. Knowing she had made a mistake, Judy quickly brought Bird back, but with a twist. She offered him the role of the bailiff in another spin-off show, Tribunal Justice. So where's Judge Judy now? She has become Judy Justice and is even bigger than before.